Welcome to this, our second thought for the day in this series on suffering through the Bible. Last time we looked at the account in creation and we saw that God made a world that was good. There was no suffering, no illness, no death in the world that God originally made. But then those things came in because of the fall. We suffer and things go wrong and we get ill and we die because of the fall. And I guess we might then ask, does that mean if we suffer a lot, is that because we're particularly bad people, or do we suffer a lot because we sin a lot? And to help us answer that question, we're going to turn to one of the famous people in the Bible who suffered, a man named Job. As we look at him, we'll see actually he was actually a very good man. He was described as blameless, but yet he suffered terribly. Let's look what the Bible has to say. This is how God describes Job in the first chapter of that book. There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. So Job was a man who, by any standard, was very good, but yet he suffers particularly badly. Indeed, actually, he suffers because he is good. So often we might suffer, often things might go wrong for us. And that doesn't because we perhaps have sinned in a particularly bad way or that it's directly related to our sin. It's just part of that brokenness of the world. How did Job respond to his sin? Well, to his suffering, sorry. How did Job respond to his suffering? Well, we see at the end of this chapter. Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." In his suffering, Job praises God. When all those things were taken away from him, all the things he enjoyed, all the good things he had, and he was suffering with almost nothing, he still praises God. Now, obviously, our situation is nowhere near as extreme as Job's. But still, when we have things taken away from us, the question is, where will we focus? What will we say to God? And we can and should, like Job, thank him and praise him that he's in charge and doing what is right. And as we look at Job also, it points ahead in the Bible story to the Lord Jesus. Job's a blameless man, basically a decent man who suffers. But Jesus, of course, is a sinless man, someone who never did anything wrong, but yet suffers most terribly. So as we look to Job, it both shows us that you can be blameless or a good person and suffer, but it also particularly points us to Jesus, the perfect one, the perfect sinless one, who suffers and dies to save us. So that's where we're up to in Job, in the Bible. So focusing on Job, and tomorrow we'll look on the next bit of the Bible overview on suffering. Thank you.